Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Carolyn. This video I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using my Sydney Grace Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels palette. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to double prime my eyelids. I'm going to start with the Milani eye primer and then let that sink in for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with my Ulta Beauty matte primer. And my dog is making some noise, so if you hear that, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then I'm gonna set that with powder. But yeah, I definitely prefer the Ulta primer to the Milani. This is a trick I learned from a YouTube channel, Floating in Dreams. I learned it from her. I can have her channel linked down below, but yeah, she double primes her eyelids, and she uses the MAC eyeshadow primer and something else. I do this with formulas that crease on me and are difficult, like for whatever reason, the shimmers in this palette like crease on me and fade away like crazy, even when I use NYX glitter glue and stuff. So I'm decided to double prime my eyelids because it also worked with the Melt Mary Jane palette. So that just keeps it from like the formulas that crease on me, like Natasha Denona. It just helps them not crease so bad. So yeah, I don't double prime my eyelids with every formula, but there's just a handful that I find it prevents from creasing. So I'm letting this Milani one sink in for a little bit. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. For my brows, I've been using this Death Moth shade and Spider on the tail, and I just use these. I've been using those two for my eyebrows for a little while. Yeah, I just go in with first the Death Moth, the lighter one, and do the front part of my brows. Stella? And then I go in with Spider, the darker one, and do the tail end. And I'm just using this Wet n Wild brush. I need to get more of these angled brushes, but right now this is the only one I have. And then I just kind of spread it out. So as usual, I'm going to probably be fast forwarding through certain parts where I'm not saying anything, just to because for whatever reason, it takes me like over an hour to do my makeup. So I don't really want to do a video like over an hour long of me just slowly putting on my makeup. So there's going to be some parts that are sped up when I'm not saying very much, but I did want to kind of give some updates for those of you who are curious about because I mentioned that I was having like wrist issues, and I hadn't been uploading for a little bit because of the issues I was having with my wrist. This is just a different smoothie from, I think it was like from, oh, it's from Elf. So yeah, I just kind of go in and smooth those together. But anyway, I had wrist pain, so I hadn't been uploading for a little bit. And then I had gotten it checked out. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to go in with this. Sorry. Anyway, I gotten it checked out. I had an x-ray. They didn't find anything. Then I had... Stella. My dog is being very distracting right now. Sorry. I had an x-ray. They didn't find anything, so then they did an MRI, and they said that I had a ganglion cyst. And so they referred me, and this was done, like, my PCP had me do these things. Like, they sent me to get an MRI. They sent, anyway. So they referred me to this orthopedic surgeon person. And I went in for, I thought it was going to be a consultation, but he ended up, so apparently, my cyst was right here, and he injected it, and it's supposed to, my body's supposed to absorb it, but they didn't get rid of the sac, which is what's like when you have a cyst, they usually reoccur unless you remove the sac. So that sounds kind of gross. Yeah, he didn't remove that, so I suspect that I'll have to go back, and I'm just gonna set this with face powder. It's all broken. So I need to, I just spilled some. I need to repress it, which is probably what I'm gonna film next. Anyway, so my body, I suspect it'll come back. So otherwise I have to have like an actual surgery to remove it. And he said it'll be about 6 weeks of a brace and not really being able to use it, and it'll be more of a surgery type thing. So he said I'll probably have to do that, but this should buy me some time, or like this might work. So we're just gonna try it out to avoid surgery, but I might have to have surgery at some point on it because it's deep, you know. Anyway, I thought that I had like carpal tunnel or something like that, because the pain would just like come and go, and I thought it was healed and then it would come back. But he was mentioning that activity can, I'm gonna go in with Love Bug here. He mentioned that activity can make it worse, and that's kind of what was happening, because I'd let it heal, and then I would, you know, like I would wear a brace and everything, and then I tried to do things like work out again, like do push-ups and stuff like that, and then the pain would come back, and sometimes it would last a long time. And so I had no idea that I had a cyst. I thought it was something like a sprain. I thought at first it was a sprain or something like that. Anyway, this is kind of boring, but yeah, it should be fine. I should get it. It should take like a month to really work, and then now that I know what it is, you know, I won't be trying to do push-ups and stuff like that. I do work out 3 times a week with YouTube workout videos, so I'll just have to keep in mind what's gonna cause it to like hurt and cause issues, and just not do those exercises. So I might have to have surgery eventually, but it'll be a little bit down the line, like next year sometime. And I need to prepare for 6 weeks of not being able to do very much. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. In my last video, I mentioned really being addicted to, or I think my last Get Ready With Me video, I think it was, I mentioned being really addicted to this new game called Dreamlight Valley, which is kind of like Animal Crossing with Disney characters, and I was really addicted to it. Like I didn't really want to do anything else on my free time besides play that game. Like I wasn't interested in YouTube. I was just really into this video game, and I still like the game, but it's not as addictive as it was when I first started playing it. I mean, yeah, it's not something that occupies as much of my thoughts and time. I still play it like almost every day, but it's not for nearly as long, and I'm able to like get bored with it, which I'm actually really happy about, because I don't have the time to be super into a video game right now. By the way, this Love Bug shade, it's coming, it looks purple, like this color. I think, yeah, in real life it's more like this color, but then on my eyes it's coming off as more red-ish than what it looks like in person. It still looks kind of purple in person. Anyway, so on camera what I see is it's looking more red, but it's a purple shade. It looks purple when in the mirror that I'm using. So I'm still pretty behind on YouTube videos, watching everybody's YouTube videos, which is like the story of my life. And then I'm just going to kind of blend out the edges of that. I have used my brushes since I have washed them. I wash my brushes once a week, so they are slightly dirty because I've used them since I washed them, but I just wipe them off on a rag. But I do wash them once a week, so that's... Anyway. I mentioned I have to get my fibroids removed, and that's going to be an outpatient thing, and that's going to be at the... sometime next year. They're going to do fibroid ablation. They're uterine fibroids, so yeah. Anyway, they're going to do fibroid ablation, where I think that's what it's called, where they like take these prongs. It's like a robotic surgery, and somehow it's outpatient, but they do these, they have these metal prongs from what I understand and they go in and heat up the fibroid, and the fibroids like dissolve, your body absorbs them. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and it's I'm going in, sorry, with this Bugaboo shade here. And I'm going to be doing that, yeah, at the beginning, sometime next year, you said, so. Oh, and I'm just going with kind of a more flatter brush. This isn't, like, this is kind of a no-name brush. I think I got it in a set from Amazon, but it's kind of like a flattish shader brush. And then I'm just going in this, like, the socket area. So I don't really have a plan necessarily for what I'm doing with my eyes. I'm just kind of going with what I feel like. I usually don't have a plan for when I do my eye makeup. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So that was like the other thing that was going on. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal, you know, when hopefully, if there's no complications or anything, should just be a simple thing, which will hopefully make my life easier. Because if you've ever had fibroids, maybe you know. I don't really want to go into like specifics because I don't know if people would get squeamish about it. So those are the updates with health stuff. Other than that, I don't really have any updates because I've already updated the Dreamlight thing. Now I'm just going back in with that fluffy brush and just kind of blending. I've already talked about this in multiple videos, but sorry if this is boring, but I blend a lot. I've kind of been thinking about project panning. So I got into project panning at the end of last year, at the end of 2021. And this was my first year project panning, but I also didn't have a large makeup collection, and I still don't. I have a good amount of eyeshadow palettes. I have way more eyeshadow palettes now than I did when I started project panning. But I started project panning for like the community aspect, and it just seemed kind of fun, but I realized that I don't enjoy it. There's products I definitely want to use up, but they're long haul products, you know, like cream blushes and cream eyeshadow, like this ColourPop cream eyeshadows, Super Shock things, and then the Jelly Mutt shadow. And I'm trying to use those up, but it's just not fun for updates, you know? Like I feel like I just have a handful of products that I'm working on, so every update is like, oh, there's not really very much progress. I'm doing my own project pan, which is that I want to break free project pan, where I'm trying to use up broken packaging. And that one, I've only done like the intro. I'm actually going to be doing the update. Hopefully I get around to filming it today, but I'm going to be filming it soon for an update for that. But that was kind of, I was only going to update when I had progress to show, which is something I might do for regular project pan. I don't know if I'm going to, because sorry, I'm like fumbling with my words. I hope I'm making sense. I have a hard time with the monthly updates. So I might kind of do my own thing where I'm trying to finish up products that I want to finish up and do like quarterly updates or just updates when there's progress, because I just feel like doing updates when there's no like visible progress or no empties, it's just not really that exciting to film. And yeah, so anyway, all that to say, I think I'm gonna take a break from project panning for the foreseeable future. I'm not saying like I'll never get into project panning, and I still want to finish all of my makeup that isn't eyeshadow palettes. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with Spider on, this is a MAC 217 brush, but just a small shader blending brush. But yeah, I don't want to buy like too many more blushes. I'm not buying any more highlighters for right now, because I was fortunate enough to be sent some things from Misty Pans, and she sent me some like a highlighter palette. She decluttered some items off to me, so there's like a highlighter palette, and now I just feel like I have enough highlighters, because I don't feel like I need that many highlighters, and I feel like I have a good amount of blushes, and I have like, I'm definitely not buying any more cream blushes for anytime soon until I use up what I have. Anyway, I still like to use up the makeup is what I'm trying to say, but I just don't like, and that's the part of project panning that I enjoy, is the using things up. I still like to show I still want to finish things up and like show progress at some point. So that's why I might eventually do kind of like my own project pan. Like I'm already doing my own thing with the Want to Break Free project pan, but I mean like a project 5 pan or something, where I just upload, you know, whenever I actually have progress. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Now I'm just going to be blending everything more. I do like the Shop My Stashes that I do for picking out eyeshadow palettes, and I was gonna, like my last Shop My Stash, I mentioned not doing them anymore because I have a small makeup collection outside of, I'm taking NYX Glitter Glow. Outside of eyeshadow palettes, I have a pretty small collection, but it seems like, and I thought they were boring, but it seems like from the comments I was getting, people aren't actually bored with them, so I probably will just keep doing Shop My Stashes the way I do them. I just didn't want to put out content that was boring. But anyway, so I like doing the Shop My Stashes for eyeshadow palettes because I get, by the way, I pulled in way too many for this last month, so I'm thinking my number for palettes, each Shop My Stash, which is going to be monthly right now, it would be like somewhere between 10 and 12. And then I'm going to go in with my finger on the Scarab shade. I do like using brushes more, but some formulas like this one just work better with your fingers. So, yeah, I just want to be really familiar with my eyeshadow palette collection. And I guess like the number so much doesn't really matter as long as I'm able to use the ones I have. Oh, that's really pretty. As much as I want to. If that probably doesn't make sense, but there's some palettes people get, you know, and they're sad they want to always use them more and they don't feel like they use them enough. And I kind of feel that way too with a lot of my eyeshadow palettes. So I don't like that feeling of not being able to use what I have because I have so much coming in. But that being said, there's a lot. I get it though, because eyeshadow palettes is the only thing that I'm really happy with what I have, but there's so many more that I want, so I keep wanting more. I don't feel that way with like anything else in my life, where I have too much, but I still have so many more things that I want. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this light shade Web for my inner corner. But yeah, I've been liking to do the Shop My Stashes and then rank the palettes at the end, because it kind of forces me, it just kind of forces me to use the palettes to rank them, you know, so, and do looks and stuff. Whereas before, I didn't have like any goals for my eyeshadow palettes usage. I just wasn't using my makeup collection very much, doing it that way. I'm just gonna lightly kind of blend everything together. With the Shop My Stashes, I am getting more use out of my eyeshadow palette collection, and I still feel the freedom because I'm picking out like 10 palettes, and they're usually the palettes that I want to use anyway, so I don't feel restricted. I will have that caveat of like, if I want to use a different palette, you know, I will, for like a specific shade or a specific reason. But for the most part, I guess it's just like I'm trying to use the palettes that I pull at least one time that month. I had gotten some new palettes this month, so that's why I feel like what I pulled in was way too much, because I definitely like to get to know my new palette. So I got the Star Wars palette from ColourPop, and then the C3PO. So I've been trying to use the Star Wars palette because I want to kind of use every shade before I rank it. So I want to probably use it a couple more times before the end of the month. And then I'm also using the Harry Potter palette for this was the first month I tried it, so there's a lot going on with that, because I think there's like 24 shades in that or something. So I'm trying to get a lot of use out of that one. So I'm going in with my Milani Supreme Kohl eyeliner, and I'm just lining the top. And then for my eyeliner, I'm just going to go into the Spider shade, the dark brown, and try to do my eyeliner that way instead of doing liquid eyeliner for today, because I can't do it without using my magnifying mirror behind me. And I'm still not an eyeliner expert. Like, I always manage to mess it up somehow. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Spider shade on that same brush and just put it right underneath. But yeah, the majority of the responses, well, pretty much everybody who responded was like, you should do what you wanted to do, what you want to film for that Shop My Stash, when I said I don't think I'm going to do Shop My Stashes anymore. So Love Bug is what I'm going in with, the same brush I was using earlier. And I'm just gonna tap my brush into Love Bug and then just blend that liner out with this. And I really appreciate everyone who responded to that or commented on that video. I appreciate everyone who comments on any video. I really enjoy that. I like this community. And that's how I got into the project panning, was the community, and I definitely don't want to leave the community as far as the friends I've made and everything. Like, I'm still going to be supporting a lot of my project panning friends, or all my project panning friends. I'm not leaving the community in that sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm just not personally doing project panning. I had thought that it was prompt-based projects that I didn't like, but I realized kind of all of it. But I just got really excited about this community and doing these projects, and they seem more fun when you sign up for them, like, and do the intros. But then when you're actually doing it, it's just not as fun for me. Okay, so now I'm gonna do mascara. I realized I was like out of frame for the majority of my mascara, putting on my mascara, so sorry about that. And I'm using the Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara. This mascara is, I know it gets a lot of hype. It's okay. I mean, mascara is very personal. It's not my favorite mascara. I like the Anti-Gravity better. Or not the sorry. I like the Highly Rated better, but then some people like this better, so... but I don't really have too many complaints. It just doesn't give me the volume that I want. But it does separate really well. So, if you like separating, mascaras that separate, I think this is a good one for that. Now I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I always do my eyes first because of the fallout I get. And I'm just going to pull my hair back for that. For doing the rest. I know I had to pull my hair back for the eye makeup because I was editing my last Get Ready With Me video. And the hair everywhere bugged me. And somehow I didn't notice that when I was actually doing my makeup. I don't know how I didn't notice that, but anyway, I'm going in with my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Gripping Primer. Yeah, I just got this at Walmart. It's the only primer I have. I kind of think I don't know if this works particularly well with the Wet n Wild Hydrator. So I have the Wet n Wild Hydrator Tinted Moisturizer thing. I have this, which I've repurchased like 3 or 4 times now. I just tend to stick with what works. So that is the only foundation product that I have. I don't know if it works particularly well with this, but I think I just need to let it soak in a little bit more. I've only used it once because I just now caught it. But I might go back and get the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer again. But yeah, I think I just need to try it, try letting it sit a minute. Okay, now I'm going in with this one. I got the shade Fair this last time. I was using light medium, which was lighter than the light shade. And that was a little bit too dark for me. So now I have this Fair shade, and it seems to be a better shade match than the light or light medium. The shade range on that Wet n Wild product is a little bit weird, since you would think the light shade would be lighter than light medium, but yeah, it's not. So, and then I just dot this everywhere. I put some on the back of my hand, by the way. Drugstore makeup has gone up in price. I spent around $90 just replacing things like getting a new tinted moisturizer, getting a new concealer. But I didn't completely empty out my old concealer and tinted moisturizer. They're almost gone. Each of them are almost gone. But now that we're more in now that we're not in summer anymore, they were too dark for me. But yeah, I'm almost done with both of those. Once I find something that works for me, I just keep it around. I keep buying it until like I find something better. But I just don't have the means right now to like search for something better. So I just keep repurchasing the same things that have been working. Okay, so yeah, that's done. So now I'm going in with my cream bronzer. So I have my Revolution cream bronzer. I really like this cream bronzer. And I just take it on this, I think this is a Real Techniques concealer brush. But I just kind of outline where I want the bronzer. And then I go and And I always put it like above where I want it to be actually, because it still kind of blends down. And then I just go in with this e.l.f. Ultimate blending brush and blend it out. I've already been filming for an hour, so this I'll have to cut out a lot. So that's done. Now I'm going to do my cream blush. And I'm using Fenty Summertime Wine cream blush on just an angled dense brush. Yeah, I really like this color for fall, winter. Now I'm setting it with my Wet n Wild Photofocus. I was looking for this at Walmart. I couldn't find it. I hope they still have it. I went, my Walmart, the one I go to, doesn't stock things. Everything is out of stock when, so many things in the beauty department. So I went to a different Walmart that's more well stocked and I couldn't find it there either. So I hope that they still make this, because I wanted to repurchase it because I'm almost out of this, and I wanted to get a new lid, or you know, just put something, use the new lid on this since my lid is broken, but couldn't find it. So I may get the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's annoying because this is like, I love this face powder. I didn't even want to try new ones because I know that I like it so much, and because it's one of the most affordable ones. Oh, and then I have my, I just got this too. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in Mink. I got it because of Hannah Lee's posting. As always, talking about this. It is a really pretty color for fall. Or year-round, honestly, but. So, this is the finished look. I really like this eye look, honestly. It's, yeah, it's such a pretty look. I really do enjoy this palette. It's so pretty, and the shimmers are so pretty. So, if you have this palette, or if you have eyeshadows that crease on you or fade away, try double priming, like using 2 different primers, and see if that works. But yeah, you just put the first primer on, let it sink in, do your eyebrows, do something else, and then come back and put the second layer on, and then set it with powder, and you should be set, good to go on those finicky eyeshadow formulations that fade away and crease on you. Like I said, I got that tip from Floating in Dreams, and I really like her content, so I will definitely have her channel linked below. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this. Get ready with me. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you in the next video.